When you decided to start your business, I know you probably did the same thing that I did. You Googled how to start a business. And every list tells you to do market research, write a business plan, register your trade name with your state, determine if you want to be an LLC or how you want to set your business up, get your EIN number, and open a business bank account. But one thing I never saw was that I needed to set up a back office. And really, that set me up for failure as my business started to grow. And I'm pretty sure if you don't have a back office in place, that you're experiencing some of the same growth pains. So my goal today is to help you avoid this mistake if you just started your business, or to help you correct this issue if you've been in business for some time. Welcome to the Mind Your Time podcast. I'm Shannon Baker, your host and coffee aficionado. Whether your goal is to increase your side gig income or scale to six figures, you're in the right place. You will learn about the tools, actionable strategies, and tactics you can use to take back control of your time and life. I specialize in helping purpose-driven women like yourself work smarter and tap into the growth potential their business holds. So if you're ready to make a bigger impact and achieve business growth without being tied to it 24/7, then stick around. Let's dive into today's topic. Whether you realize it or not, every facet of your business is part of some kind of system. And 9 times out of 10, you already have some systems in place, but they're just in your head. And the problem with that is you can't delegate properly if those processes aren't documented. And quite honestly, you're not working efficiently either, because you reinvent the wheel every time you need to do routine tasks. Now, I know business systems are not exactly the most sexy or fun thing to do in business, but it's a necessity. And because you are listening to this episode, that lets me know, my friend, that you are open-minded and purpose-driven and you are ready to work smarter. The fact is, systems are a critical part of the foundation that your business needs if you want to achieve sustainable growth. And if you want your business to grow without taking control of your life, then you definitely need some basic systems in place. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What are those systems? So let me start by giving you my definition of a business system. In Shannon's world, which is all that counts to me on this platform, a system is a step-by-step process, the tools that you need to automate steps, and the person completing the remaining steps, because everything cannot be automated. So now that leads us to the question, well, why do you need to even create business systems? Well, first of all, it's for consistency in your business. When you manually complete a task, there is room for human error, and that can be costly. Not to mention, you may skip a step or two or more every time you complete the task, so you get different outcomes each time. Your results may look the same on the surface, but I guarantee you it's not always the quality that you want. But when you document your processes and you automate what you can, you get more predictable results. That means that the task is completed in a timely manner as well, and the end result is top quality, which is what you want. You also need systems to help you provide a better client experience. The first impression is a lasting impression. The experience that people have with you starts way before they even decide they want to work with you. But if you don't have business systems in place, you're not going to be able to build trust with them or loyalty with your clients, which then in turn results in referrals. And both of these are vital if you want to keep your clients. Most importantly, if you want them to sing your praises, you've got to have some systems in place so you're not leaving that experience to chance. This leads to the next point. They're required for you to operate efficiently. One, you should have a strategy that you're implementing to grow your business. If you do not, I have an episode for you that's going to help you to create your strategy, because you need that in order to build the right systems for your business. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes. Systems help you execute that strategy because you'll then have time to focus on making good decisions. Not to mention, systems reduce costs and you don't have to take shortcuts. It improves your brand reputation because things are consistent, and you also will gain insight into the areas of your business that need to be improved to meet the needs of your clients. So now that we've gotten the reasons why out of the way, let's talk about those 6 core systems. The first one is your central filing system. This is critical to your productivity. The biggest mistake small business owners make is they start saving everything either in their hard drive, or they just drop everything into either Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, or whatever you're using, but it's not organized. Now, if it's on your computer hard drive, what happens if your hard drive crashes? You're going to lose everything. Take it from me, you don't want that to happen. This happened to me with my first MacBook, but I was so happy that all of my business documents were stored electronically. I did not lose anything. So you definitely have to have a central filing system from the beginning. You need to set up that file structure. System number 2 is a scheduling system. Other than email and social media, unplanned phone calls are one of the biggest distractions ever. Not to mention, you waste time emailing people back and forth to try to get meetings scheduled, and it's just ridiculous. One of the easiest ways that you can keep this from happening is to, 1, put boundaries around your schedule, and then 2, you just simplify the process. This requires an online scheduling system. I use Acuity, but I also have clients that use Calendly. The bottom line is you need something. This streamlines the process of getting meetings scheduled because all you have to do is give the person a link to the specific appointment type they need to book. They click the link, pick a time that works for both of you, and you don't have to do anything else because your reminders are already set up on the back end to go out automatically. This puts it on both of your calendars, and those reminders are critical so neither one of you forget that the appointment is scheduled. And if someone needs to reschedule, there's a link inside the reminder that allows them to do that. You never have to touch it again. The third system, your communication system. Now, this is internal communication with your team and external communication with your clients, people you meet at networking events, etc. Basically, it's anyone outside of your business. And when it comes to your clients or potential clients, you have to have a customer care process because this starts from the first point of contact that they make with you. This entire process really provides a glimpse into the inner workings of your business, and it either helps build trust, which is critical to that know, like, and trust factor, or it creates doubt about your ability to deliver your services. So eliminate that roadblock and get your communication system in place. System number 4 is a money management system. This is a no-brainer. Well, at least you might think so. You may be thinking, well, yeah, I know I need to watch my money. But honestly, most business owners don't know their numbers. And because of this, most small businesses, or I'll say many small businesses, don't survive. But a money management system can be simple, but you need it because it helps you keep a finger on the pulse of the money that's coming into and going out of your business. And if finances is not your strong suit, that's okay because you can track your monthly expenses on a simple spreadsheet. And as far as money coming in, whether you invoice or you have paid appointments, you can easily track that money if you're using a platform like PayPal or Stripe or something else. But really, this is very important, especially if you're doing monthly auto billing, which I highly suggest. And you need to have a process in place for when payments are declined or when payments are late if you invoice. This is where templates come into play. So as you can see, this doesn't have to be an expensive bookkeeping system, but you just need some basic pieces. So you need to make the investment in not just this system, but really all of them, to be honest. System number 5 is your sales and marketing system. And I'm going to start by telling you, yes, they are different. Marketing gets you seen, sales gets you paid. So your marketing helps build the know, like, and trust factor. This includes your customer care process, which is part of that communication system that we already talked about. Here's an example. If you have a podcast, what's your podcast process for having guests on your show? Is it a back and forth to get things set up, or is it they click a link, they schedule a time based on the day that you pick to record podcast episodes, and then the process from that point forward is automated? If not, we need to talk. What about your email marketing? Do you have a welcome series in place so when someone grabs that freebie, you nurture the relationship on the back end? How about emailing your subscribers? Do you have a regular newsletter that goes out on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis? All of these things need to be documented so that your marketing can be effective, which in turn brings the sales. But you also need to know how you sell your digital products, your services, and track your affiliate marketing for any products or services that you recommend. And when it comes to sales, you need to have a documented process that you follow for follow-up, because the fortune is in the follow-up. But you have to have a process in order for you to be able to do that. The last system is a backup system. Now, I know this one usually gets, people puzzled, but in a nutshell, a backup system is plan B to keep your business running without you. As a small business owner, you need this to be in place so that your business can survive and thrive without you having to be in the center of everything that's happening. And the best time to create this plan is before an emergency arises. There are multiple areas you need to have a backup plan in place for: your computer files, your website or your blog, your CRM, and if you have a dream team, you need a backup process in place for when people are out, because let's be real, all of us need time off. But all of these pieces together make up your emergency preparedness plan so that your business can survive and thrive in your absence. So that's it. Those are the 6 basic systems that you need to have in place. And remember, if you do not have documented processes and systems in place, you do not have a business. You have a you. That means if you don't do it, it doesn't get done. And that's not good. But that also means if something happens to you, it's game over for your business. And we don't want that to happen either. Now, I want you to know that I intentionally did not provide a lot of detailed information on the 6 systems for a reason. Each system has its own individual episode where I do a deep dive into more of what's involved in creating that system. So I'll put a link to each of those in the show notes, and that way you can work on these systems one at a time. Now, if you sort of have systems in place, but you want help to get them cleaned up so that your business operates as a well-oiled machine, then a back office assessment with me is perfect for you. It's a great way to get my eyes on your back office right now, and it's a 2-hour recorded call on Zoom. And then afterwards, I give you a custom action plan that can be used to help you get your basic systems up and running or clean up what you already have in place. But we review that action plan together, and then we talk about how you can get that plan implemented with or without my assistance. Now, I want you to hear from someone who is on the other side of this process. Jodi was referred to me because her business had her so overwhelmed that she actually was ready to throw in a towel. And believe me, I've been there myself. But Jodi's business is Moms Who Dare. And she had this to say, quote, "My Google filing system was a mess. I was duplicating files because I was unable to locate the items I needed. I was also in dire need of SOPs to begin hiring support people in order for me to grow, scale, and free my time to focus on the revenue generating activities. Truly, I wanted to throw in the towel. After the assessment with Shannon, the action plan was a wow. Not only was it presented digitally in a professional and organized fashion, it was clear that Shannon truly understood from our assessment call what I was in need of if I was going to grow and expand. After reviewing the details and the breakdown of our plan of action, I knew I was in good hands. Shannon offered a few implementation options that could easily fit into a variety of schedules and make it financially feasible to hire her. Another thing I truly respected about Shannon was how clear she was in communicating how we will work together from our business hours down to a month-by-month plan, end quote. So it was such a pleasure working with Jodi because when we started implementing her action plan, I really could see the relief on her face, especially once her Google Drive was sorted and organized. Sidebar, that is a la carte service that I offer. If you're interested, just DM me and let me know you want more information. But this shows why I started offering these assessments. It's the next logical step that you need, one, to see where you are, where you want to go, and how to get there. But then the next step is getting it implemented. And there are a number of options that will allow you to do that, as I mentioned, with or without my help. Now, I had Jodi on the podcast to give an update on how things were going in her business after her systems were in place. I'll put a link to that in the show notes as well. But one of the things that stood out to me in that conversation is the clarity that Jodi had once she was organized and she had time to really focus on growing her membership and her business. Now, if you want more information on the back office assessment itself, go to theshannonbaker.com/assessment. You can also book your call there. And now is a great time to start the process of creating or building out your basic systems before spring gets here, because it does take some time unless you book a VIP day, and that kind of shortens the timeline. But I only have room in my schedule to do 2 of those a month, and they tend to book out quickly. Now, the other option, if you have a tight budget or if you're a habitual DIYer, are overwhelmed by all the choices, or you just want to know where to start creating your back office, the Mighty Society membership is perfect for you. I created this membership because, one, I know online courses are boring, and if you're like me, you never finish them anyway. And when it comes to creating systems, I know every business is different. Therefore, no blueprint or cookie cutter solution works for anyone. Besides, if documenting processes and getting the technology in place was your strong suit, you would have this in place already. But you really need access to someone that can guide you through this process and even help you when you get stuck. Think of me as your SOS button. So the Mighty Society membership is going to help you with all of that. And it's going to save you time and connect you to a private and supportive community of purpose-driven women. You'll get access to me at a price point that probably fits better into your budget until you can work directly with me as well. It's literally a resource vault full of things that you can use to start creating your business systems. There are roadmaps, workflows, process templates, message templates, and bite-sized videos and more inside of the Mighty Society membership. Now, an example of how you can use this is Christa Hutchins. She booked a back office assessment and she got her action plan. We reviewed it and she decided that she wanted to self-implement. But this is what Christa had to say about the membership. Christa said, if you're ready to throw in the towel because your business has you so overwhelmed, you can fix that with an upgrade to your systems. And my friend Shannon Baker is just the person to help you. Recently, Shannon assessed my business and identified the gaps in my systems, suggested tools and tech to fix them, and created a prioritized plan of action. Just going through the assessment and reviewing my custom plan, Shannon gave me so many tips to streamline things and make my life easier. Schedule time with Shannon and get your action plan up. Plug the leaks in your operations. And the Mighty Society membership contains great resources for someone who is starting out at getting their systems in place. I love that there are stripped down videos that give you just what you need to know to get started, which can save you hours of Googling and YouTubing. When I first joined, I clicked around a little bit, but mostly went straight to what I was looking for. It is so easy to navigate. I can find exactly what I am looking for when I need it. So if you can relate to how Christa felt, then let's start making some changes today. Now, if you're not quite ready to work with me one-on-one for whatever the reason is, it's okay. Go to theshannonbaker.com/membership and check the membership out for yourself. It's priced at what I feel is an affordable rate for you so that you can start taking action on your own and get immediate relief by streamlining your back office. You know, we all dream of growing our businesses and achieving sustainable growth. Streamlining your operations lays the foundation for that. By implementing efficient systems, you can handle an increased workload, and you don't have to compromise the quality of your services or your quality of life and risk burning out. And when you decide you want to scale, having streamlined operations will actually support that effort. And with systems, you actually have more time so you can focus on your zone of genius. So before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of what we've talked about today. Every facet of your business is part of a system, and it needs to be documented so you can work more efficiently and delegate when you're ready. Business systems are essential for consistency and providing a better client experience. We also talked about the 6 basic systems that you need in your business. And again, the links to the individual systems are in the show notes, and you can check out which ones you would like on your own. But I also shared feedback from my clients who have experienced relief after booking a back office assessment, as well as how they tapped into the resources available inside of the Mighty Society membership to start building their systems. Now, to learn more about the membership, again, go to theshannonbaker.com/membership. And if you decide to don't join, make sure you start by going to the Resource Center and downloading the BizOps checklist, which is going to help you do a quick audit of your current business systems so you know where you need to start. Remember, your time is precious. Streamlining your business systems is not a luxury, but it's a necessity if you want to succeed and you want your business to thrive. By being more intentional about how you use your time, by embracing efficient operations and providing an exceptional customer experience, you lay the groundwork for sustainable growth and you'll unlock your full potential. But remember, just consuming the content on this podcast does nothing for you unless you take action. The path to success begins with a single step. So pick one thing from this episode today that you are going to take action on. Now, if you're not quite ready to book a back office assessment or join the membership, or you have some questions that you want answered, feel free to connect with me on Instagram at @the_Shannon_Baker. You can also just let me know that you enjoyed the episode by taking a screenshot, sharing it, and tagging me there. And if you haven't already done so, I have a favor to ask. Please leave me a rating and review for the podcast. It's an easy way to show the podcast some love and help me reach more purpose-driven women who need support to build a more efficient business so that they can achieve the success they desire. Go to ratethispodcast.com/mindyourtime. And that's it for today. I can't wait to hear from you in my DMs. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. But until next time, keep calm and streamline.